What's up, LG family? It's another week out on the road, as you guys have seen up until this point. Well, as always, I should first start off by saying, if this is your first time watching one of my videos, welcome. You're officially part of the LG family. It's great to have you here. Appreciate you guys stopping by. And yeah, so you're one of us. You don't have to subscribe to be part of the LG family, but it's greatly appreciated if you did. Helps out the channel, so thank you a bunch if you do. And for those of you that return week after week, like I always say, and I will continue to always say, no matter what video it is, I appreciate it. I love you guys. I love it every time I hear from you guys to just talk about how you guys have watched like all the videos and all that stuff, and how some of my videos have been helpful. That was the whole point of this channel, is to really be helpful. And so it's awesome that I can do that for some people out there, and I greatly appreciate it. All right, now that's out of the way. So far this week's been going pretty solid. It's only Tuesday. We are currently in Joplin, Missouri, and I figured since we're out here, I would show you guys the Joplin, Missouri terminal for TMC. Now, this is the smallest terminal out of all the terminals. The past few years, TMC has been really working on rebuilding the terminals to kind of be up to par with the corporate terminal, and so far so good. You guys have seen the Brownsburg terminal numerous times because that's where I live, and showed you guys a little bit of the Des Moines hotel and terminal as well. And yeah, if we ever get out to Columbia, South Carolina, I'll give you guys a video of that place as well too, a tour. Thank you. And yeah, so we're stopping here. We're gonna grab some showers. Figured I'd show you guys a little bit what it is. Again, it is the smallest out of all the terminals. And so yeah, I don't know. All right, let's go ahead, grab our shower bags. We'll head inside and show you guys around. All right, so this is the terminal. There you go, in all its glory. This is the shop portion of the terminal. That little building over there, that's the securement building. Behind us, that is the yard. There you go, cool. Show you the shop as well too, because this is your first time. Yep. This is the shop. Pretty choppy. There's some trucks, there's some trailers. Cool. If you ever do come here, you gotta check in with the foreman. That's the foreman's window right there. So that's where you check in with the foreman. All right, we don't have to check in though. All right, let's go. And then this building right here, this is the securement building. So if you ever swing through here and you need to get securement replacements, this is where it's at. And then they got up towards the front, that's where like extra office personnel are. With drivers, we never go up there, so you ain't really got to worry about it up there. They got vehicles, so like these ones right here, those are ones you can sign out. So like if you ever need to go something or whatever, give it the foreman, you can sign it out. And then the driver's lounge is all the way up these stairs. Let's see if there's any happy faces in here. And then this is the driver's lounge. Snacks, TV, couches, happy people. And then this is where like the bathroom and showers are. Pretty simple stuff. Laundry. And then these couple of rooms right here, these are in case you're here for like service or something. I don't know, maybe they're locked. Yeah, they're all locked. But this is where you can get a room for the night, so you don't have to sleep in the truck. All right, everybody. It's Friday. We're getting loaded right now, and I figured while we're getting loaded, we'd go ahead and take some time to talk about the CDL program. I know people have been asking about it, and I didn't know anything about it, and now we got somebody who actually went through it. So we'll just kind of discuss it a little bit, and that's kind of how we're going to end this week's video, is talking about the CDL program at TMC. So pretty much starting off, what did you have to do to get into the program first?
So in order to get into the program, basically, obviously you see the advertisements on there, and then you apply. You send in your application online, and then they contact you. So once they contact you, the representative recruiter, actually, the recruiter will contact you, and then they will tell you what to do from there. So what I had to do is I had to, because I did not have my CDL, obviously, I had to acquire my CDL, which meant that I had to get the book, read the book, and pass all the tests. So then I went to my local license branch, passed my as a general knowledge, the air brakes test, and the combinations test. So you had to pass all those, and this is in Indiana, by the way. I'm from Indiana. So once you acquired all those things, then the recruiter sets you up for a date to head to Des Moines, Iowa.
So real quick, when you're acquiring all those things for the state, what you mean is you're getting your permit?
Yes, I was getting my permit.
Okay.
I was acquiring my permit, and then, so that way, when you go to the facility, you are then able to drive.
Okay.
And then, so basically, that's really all that you need in order to get into the program. And as long as you don't have any stupid things on your driving records, or just, anything like that, as long as you're pretty straightforward with them and clean, you're pretty much in. You do have to give a 10-year background, the last 10 years of what you've been doing as far as work history goes.
Okay.
Other than that, it's pretty much just a regular old job application. So it's pretty straightforward, pretty cut and dry. And then obviously, if you have any questions, you just contact your recruiter, which I contacted my recruiter quite often, with just different questions and things like that. And that's pretty much it, just to get into the program.
Okay. So you got your permit through the state, or you contacted TMC first about the program. You got your permit through your state, which most states, honestly, they're going to have the general knowledge, the combination test, and the air brake test. It's like when I went through to get my permits in New York State, that's the exact same things I had to do in New York State. So it's pretty similar from state to state. And then, so you got your permit. Everything was all set up. You got your orientation date set up. So then you went to orientation. So how long is orientation for the CDL program?
So for the CDL program, it says, so this was kind of confusing for me, but I later figured it out. It does say when I was applying for the job that it's 2 weeks. That's not true. It's actually 3 weeks. So for the ACDL program, it's 3 weeks. For those who are experienced, I believe it is only 2 weeks.
Okay. So, like he was saying, CDL program's 3 weeks of orientation. For those of you that come with, and this is the way that I came in, but you come to TMC with your CDL already in hand, then it's a 2-week orientation. And then I know for experienced drivers, because I was an instructor for the experienced class when I was in the office, experienced, it's only 1 week for the experienced. All right, wow. Okay. All right. So your first week, let's kind of break down the weeks just a little bit. So you got there for orientation. Now, real quick, let's talk about like accommodations. Where did you stay for the 3 weeks?
So for the 3 weeks, they put you up in their own hotel. They have their own hotel.
And this is in the Des Moines location, which I've showed you guys the hotels before.
This is in the Des Moines location. They put you up in that hotel. They pay for everything, and they also pay for you to go there. So that's where I ended up staying, was in the hotel. You are going to be with somebody else in the same room. Just so you know, you do have the option to get your own room, but it is going to cost you extra.
Okay.
If you have a problem with that, there's always a way around it. You also have the option to rent a car. They will pay for your transportation, or you can drive yourself. Those are two options to get there.
Sweet. All right, we're back. They just had to move so they could tarp, all that good stuff. All right, so got 3 weeks. You went to the Des Moines, because there's 2 locations. There's the Des Moines, Iowa, and then you have Columbia, South Carolina. Those are the 2 options for the CDL program. And then, so you, like I said, you went to the Des Moines one. You were up there for 3 weeks at the hotel. TMC paid for your rental car to get up there. And then TMC pays you to be in the hotel because it's TMC's hotel. We actually own a hotel. And so food was covered, all that good stuff. So your first week of orientation, just kind of give us a quick, just, snapshot of what it was.
So basically the first week it's pretty much just paperwork. You go through, you fill out more paperwork every day. You watch a bunch of videos per TMC, company policy.
I think this guy's got paperwork for us now.
All right. So
paperwork.
You've got paperwork. You just go through, you fill a bunch of things out. Some of it is on paper, and then the other part of it is online. And basically you're just setting up your tax forms, acknowledging that you're there, and reimbursement stuff if you got any of that, and so on and so forth. Did all that. Then Friday came, and basically we just went over our backing maneuvers. I think we started doing maneuvers. And then the weekend came, and so the weekend we did load securement, and that's all that we did. It was on Saturday and Sunday, and that's all that we did. So we did different we did load securement for different types of loads. Coil, it was basically just mostly coil, and then we had sheet steel. Let's see, what else was there?
Should be the steel bars, greasy bars.
Greasy bars,
yep.
The steel bars, and then the shingles. There was shingles as well. So there's 3 different types of coils. There's palletized, or eye to the sky. Then there's shotgun, which is the eye to the
to the front.
To the front. And then there's suicide, which is eye to the side.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's pretty much all that you learned. And load securement, you learn how to throw the straps, and that's pretty much it for the first week.
And then second week where you guys start to do like driving out on the road and doing like yard stuff.
Yeah. So the second week, that's when you get in a truck. So.
Okay. And then week 3 essentially is more of the same as week 2, and then you do the official road test. So how does that work? Like, who does the road test? And essentially just give the road test a rundown. Like from start to finish, what do they test you on?
So week 3 comes along, you're pretty familiar with everything, and then they tell you that you're going to test on Tuesday and Wednesday. At least that's what they did for us. I imagine it's probably the same. So the road test itself, what you do there is you basically get in a truck and you start to drive. So everything that you've learned, you're going to have to retain all this information, and it's a lot, but it can be done. And if I can do it, because I'm forgetful as the next person, probably more so than anybody, to be honest with you. Yeah, well, you've been with me long enough. I can't even remember what trailer we have attached half the time. But anyways, so you get out there, and basically they have these selected routes that they have you go on, which I'm not going to give you the full disclosure of that. I don't want to ruin the surprise. So anyways, you go out on this route. The instructor tells you where to go, and you just listen to the instructor. Just remember your turns. Again, don't hit anything or anybody. Stay off of the curbs with your trailer, so just keep an eye out for that. When you're doing lane changes, be thoughtful on that. Just again, remember everything that they taught you with it.
Yeah.
So it's basically just like another drive. You just are getting graded for it this time, and the way that they grade it, just So it's a 100-point test for the road test, and you can miss 30 points.
Mm.
After you miss 30 points, that's it. You're done. You failed. However, they do give you another shot, just so you know. But if you fail it twice, you're done. They send you home. I lost my train of thought there. The road test.
Forgetful.
Yeah, again. So the road test, you do get another shot to do it if you do fail it. A couple of things to remember when you are shifting. Some of the fails that they will automatically fail you on is if you coast more than 70 feet, and then if you kill the truck while you're like at a stoplight. If you kill it, that's a fail.
Okay, so you can't even stall.
Yeah, you can't stall.
Okay.
You can't coast more than 70 feet. And then again, obviously, if you hit something or someone, it's obviously an automatic fail.
Okay.
And possibly something else along the
way. And so you did the road test that day. Did they also have you do the pre-trip and everything else that same day?
So they split it up. So on Tuesday we did the maneuvers and the pre-trip. And then Wednesday you take your driving test.
Okay.
Okay. So Tuesday the maneuvers. So everything that you learned in the yard you end up doing, and you get graded on it this time. The way that they point that system, I think it's. I don't remember exactly what the points are, but I know that like once you park your truck and you blow the horn, that's when they grade you. So if you're out of bounds, you get a pretty big deduction points wise. So if you've made any mess ups there, you can fail that pretty easily. So I mean, obviously, while you're doing your maneuvers out in the yards, they're not just having you do it repetitively just to make you mad. They're doing it so that way you get it down. So that way, when Tuesday rolls around of week 3, you can do it pretty much in your sleep by that point.
Okay. And obviously, we all know that he did pass it. I mean, he's sitting here in the truck with me. By this point, he's already in his second week, and he's killing it. And it's definitely a perk. If you were thinking about coming to TMC, it kind of gives you a leg up for a couple of reasons. But one, there's you train in a TMC truck, you drive a TMC truck, so you get to know the ins and outs of the truck while you're training for your duty. So it definitely gives you an advantage because you already know what you're dealing with when it comes to the truck as well too. And then also another big thing people ask about is there's that contract you sign, the obligation that you sign. Yep. And I do know about when I worked in the office, but essentially it's a 1-year contract that you sign with TMC. And a lot of people, they think too much into it, and it's really not as bad as you would think it is. But essentially, it's that 1-year obligation. So you come to TMC, they get you your CDL, obviously, and then you're just obligated to work for TMC for a year. If you do cut out before a year, you quit before a year, I know there is a payback that you have to pay back for the training. Just like a truck school, I mean, you have to pay to go to a truck school. So at TMC, you work for a year, you don't have to pay anything out of your pocket. If you do end up leaving before that 1-year mark, then you owe TMC money. But honestly, for what I hear, like what a lot of truck schools are costing these days, it's actually a lot cheaper than you'll find in an actual truck school. And the way I look at it from the outside looking in is, you already wanted to work at TMC, so you admitted to a year. You come in, you do a year with TMC. You got your CDL for free. Plus, you're still getting paid. I mean, once you hit the road, I mean, you're a driver, so you're already making money. So you're making your own money. And after a year, you have a year experience on your record with TMC, which is a very reputable company, definitely to have on a resume. And that's the big thing is after a year, you're done, your obligation's over, you can continue on with TMC. I mean, I've been here for 7 years, and I feel like he's going to be here for a long-ass time. It's just a really good company to work for. Or you decide you want to do something local. I know a lot of people like to go local for family, situations and stuff like that. And it definitely opens up a lot of doors. You're going to hear that a lot, especially for new drivers, is you got to get in somewhere. There's a lot of crappy companies out there that pretty much hire anybody, and I really discourage that. I know a lot of people argue, you know, you just got to put in your time, but I'd rather put my time in with a good company, or at least a decent company. And so that's something that TMC offers here. Even if you don't get your CDL through TMC and you get your CDL out of truck school, you can still apply to TMC. TMC does take people straight out of truck school. You don't need experience. And that's one of the good things about TMC is, you know, we take brand new drivers out of truck schools, we take experienced drivers from other companies, and we take brand new people that just show up with their permits. So there's a lot of different options out there. So don't ever feel like, you know, you can't do it, because you can. Like Forgetful Pete over here said, you know, it's passable, it's doable. I'm GED educated, and I mean, I went through orientation and passed everything. So yeah, that's pretty much about it. You got anything else you want to add about the program?
Really, I mean, not really. It's just basically just don't hit anything once you get in, or anyone, and just listen to your instructors. There's going to be some videos in there that they're going to have you watch. There's one in particular, you'll figure it out when you get there, but don't listen to it. Just listen to your instructors, because they're going to know exactly what you're going to need in order to pass it. Just so you know, because some of those instructors that are there are the ones that will test you on your last week. So just listen to your instructors and make sure you do exactly as they say, and you'll pass it flawlessly.
Sweet. So that's it. I don't know how long this is going to take to edit, so as long as this week's vlog isn't too long, you'll see this at the end of the vlog, and if not, then it's going to be in a Tuesday dump. So it just depends on how long it is. And then this run's going to be taking us up to Nebraska, Lincoln, Nebraska, so we're going to be going by Des Moines. So for those of you that are actually in the Des Moines terminal over the weekend, we will be there Sunday afternoon. So if you guys want to pop in, say hi or whatnot, want to pick some brains, ask some questions, we will be in Des Moines this weekend. So just give us a shout. But other than that, that's the end of this week's video. I appreciate it. And talk to you guys next week. Later.